What's up, y'all? It's your boy Majesty back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about God's timing versus our timing. So, I don't think I'm going to read any scripture today. I usually do like to read scripture, to give it that biblical backing. But, yeah, I'm just going to freestyle. I didn't write any notes down, so I'm just going to talk about the general subject, God's timing versus our timing, right? So, many times, you know, uh, we want things to happen right now, right away, you know, right then and there, right? But God might say, not so. God might feel we aren't ready yet. God might feel like if He blesses us with said thing, you know, it might destroy us or hurt us in the end. So basically, it comes down to trust, right? And not just trust, but faith as well, faith in God. Um, I think it's important that we trust God, that He knows us, He knows our hearts, He knows what's best for us. Um, and it also says a lot about who you are if you trust God um, with your life, right? So, um, it also says a lot about your faith as well. Um, I mean, trust and faith, they're very similar, but um, they're almost like synonyms. But yeah, so like I was saying, we want things done right now, whether it's, a job, or it might be you might be looking for a certain breakthrough. Um, you might be dealing with somebody in a relationship, or you want to be in a relationship with them, or whatever it is, right? You want it to happen right now. So even me in my life, let's talk about my life, right? I mean, I'm 27. I'm ready to start a family. Well, I'm not ready to start a family, but I'm definitely um, looking to start a family, right? And I'm thinking like, yeah, man, I'm getting older. You know what I mean? I'm almost 30, still no kids. You know what I'm saying? And part of me feels like, I'm getting too old, man. Like, I don't want to be, 35, 40, having my first child. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. People do it all the time, but I mean, I just don't want that to be me. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, in my life also, um, I kind of prioritize my finances as well. So, I mean, nowadays, everybody wants to make 6 digits a year. So, you can imagine how I'm feeling. I want more money, but I'm trying to put the least amount of work in, as possible. I'm not trying to go to work and break my back like a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Working warehouse jobs, I've done that before. I mean, it's not fun. But uh, something else I also want right now, other than a family and, financial security, is independence, right? I mean, I'm staying with my dad right now. Um, I was once, on my own in an apartment, but I'm back at home now. So my lease was up, and I ended up back with my dad, which isn't a big deal. You know what I mean? Me and my dad get along. I love my dad. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude, but um, I just want my own space. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm 27. I'm not 18. I'm not 15. I'm most definitely not 13 or 10. You know what I mean? I can pretty much handle most things on my own. Some things I might need help with. You know, just from having limited resources, being younger. I mean, I'm not 40. You know what I mean? So, but hopefully by 30, I'm a little bit more established, and I will be able to live and survive on my own without needing much help. That's the goal anyway. Um, I'm kind of just trying to stack my bread and as much as possible before I turn 29, 30. Um, I don't know. Some people, they live with their parents for years, right? I mean, it's hard. It's hard because you gotta figure. You start working at what, 15, 16, right? Depending on where you're working at, and you start working 15, 16, and that's when you start, buying stuff for yourself, whether it's body wash, you know what I'm saying, uh, shampoo. You might need a razor if you got a beard, a scruffy beard. I mean, I don't have no beard yet, but just like a little goatee going on. You know what I'm saying? But there's stuff you gotta pay for once you get a certain age that your parents, since you're able to work, you know, they might not want to pay for it no more. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there's some stuff that my dad would help me if I really needed it. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm 27, not 15, 16. But what I was getting at is, once you start working at 15, get your work permit. Once you start working, then all of a sudden, you find yourself paying for, most things, right? You might get gifted a car at 16. I mean, I didn't, but I got one at 18. And, then you gotta start paying for your own oil changes. And, if you don't manage your money right, you wanna have fun too. Um, it becomes hard to, save a lump sum of cash because you're basically living paycheck to paycheck, and I feel like 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. It might be a little less, it might be a little more, but I feel like most people are living paycheck to paycheck because not everyone was um, fortunate enough to be brought up in a rich family. So this isn't a sob story. Um, I'm just, giving y'all a little insight about, my life and everything. But kind of lost my train of thought there. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I'm 27, still trying to, you know, build my life. I mean, I got a phone, you know, with service on it. Um, got a little bit of money, you know what I mean? We got food in the fridge, the freezer. I mean, I'm blessed. I got a tattoo right here. Got it tattooed on my forearm, blessed, because I truthfully am blessed. I have everything I need, man. I can breathe. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have any health issues. My mental health is good. My limbs work. You feel me? So, God's timing, right? I have what I need. You know what I'm saying? When I'm thirsty, I can get up, get some water. You know what I'm saying? Got my water right here. But yeah, man, just bless up, man. And stay prayerful, read your word. Um Tell your parents you love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is good for real, you know? I mean, a lot of y'all be smoking weed and stuff like that, so y'all enjoying yourselves, you know what I'm saying? Relaxing. I mean, I could dig it. I could dig it. I mean, I smoke weed a little bit, but, you know, I'm not really addicted or nothing like that. I don't be smoking every single day. I can't. I just can't. I used to do that when I was coming up. I'm still coming up, but when I was like 15, I used to be tweaking to smoke a blunt, with the boys. Tweaking. I would skip school to smoke weed with the boys. But yeah, that's probably why I'm in the position I'm in now, which, what you gonna do? But, uh, back to the topic, God's timing versus our timing. So, God's timing, right? He's going to give you what you need. Necessities, right? Food, water, shelter, clothing. I mean, those are necessities, right? Did I forget one? Maybe hygiene items. Excuse me. But food, water, shelter, clothing, hygiene items, that's what you need. And maybe a sixth, stuff to groom, grooming supplies, right? Like your hair, your nails, you might need some clippers or something like that, nail clippers. But then, depending on where you live, you might not have access to public transportation, and you might need a car. Your parents might be taking you to work. You might be trying to save for a car, but can't because your finances are messed up. You're trying to have so much fun and hang out with friends and go on trips. You know what I mean? But if you're in that position, then hopefully you have your fun, and then you chill out for a while, or else you're not gonna progress. You're not gonna move forward. You know what I mean? I'm at the point in my life where I don't think I've taken one trip, by myself. I mean, when I was in the Army, I did, because I was stationed at Fort Bliss. I traveled like 4.5 hours to Alamogordo, New Mexico. And that's like the most I've, traveled alone. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed myself. I still think about that trip. I enjoyed myself. I went to the aquarium and whatnot, but it didn't really cost me that much. It cost me like maybe one fill up on the way down. I was like, what? Probably like $50 at the time. It was like $50 a fill up. Cost me like $7 to get into the aquarium or something like that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a costly trip. Um, it was cool. But like I said, man, I don't go on trips alone. Um, not just because I don't got the money, but um, I'm really trying to better myself, um, financially, physically, and mentally. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be not just a prayer warrior, but I'm trying to get into my word a little bit more. Um, you know, I'm trying to develop into a successful young man, right? A successful individual. Um, Back to the timing thing, you know what I mean? I want to be, sometimes we might be like, oh, I'm here. I want to be at this point in my life, or I want to be at this stage in my life by a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? So, like, I might be like, oh, well, I got $150 now. In 2 weeks, I'll have, 1,000. And, I got to pay this, and this. But hopefully 2 weeks later, I'll be at 1,500. But, things never work that way, like how you want them to. You know what I mean? On paper, it looks good. But, how we do, we be wanting to eat McDonald's, and you know that's the thing though. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we wanna cry and complain and moan and groan when we put ourselves in that situation we're in, right? you know as much as you want to blame somebody else for what you're going through or where you're at in your life, chances are it's our own fault we're in that position anyway. And that's really a tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Because as individuals, we might be proud. You know what I'm saying? We might take pride in ourselves. So that's a tough pill to swallow right there. It really is. At least for me. You know what I mean? Like, say I get a paycheck, and everything doesn't pertain to money, but this is just an example. Say I get a paycheck, I work 2 weeks, get paid, um, and yeah, I work 2 weeks and then I get paid. Then I go out, buy an Apple Watch, a Rolex, you know what I'm saying? Go buy a Mercedes Benz just because I'm able to, right? And then, I appreciate it for a couple days, and then it's like, all right, what else can I spend money on? You know what I mean? What else can I spend money on? It's honestly crazy though how life is set up though, because there's so much good in life, right? You know, God created the heavens and the earth. He thought it was good. You know what I mean? He thinks it's good. I think it's good. Shit, I think it's great. Excuse my French. But for real though. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of times we put ourselves in situations and want to blame or look to other people for help. You know what I mean? I was brought up in the middle class, essentially, you know. Um, Thankfully, right? It was kind of not hard on me, but it definitely wasn't hard on me. Definitely not. But I didn't grow up extremely poor. Um, but it did. My parents were kind of tough on me, and they kind of tried to get me to crack down on my education. In middle school and high school, but I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I was young, you know what I mean? But then you got some kids that they wake up, go to school, listen to the teacher, go home, do their homework, come back again, do the same thing over again. And they could just do that for years. Like, nah, that wasn't me. And it's still not me. Like, you know what I mean? Um, I got to get better at that, you know, as far as my learning skills. Because sometimes the teacher will be talking and I'll just be in another classroom. Like, not physically, but, mentally. I'll just be, my mind will be worrying about when's the next uh, hoop session. For real. But, yeah, man. We just gotta um, trust God at the end of the day. Have faith in Him. Um, have faith in the unseen. Because, the way life's set up, to my knowledge, I feel like there's things going on beyond um, what we can see. God's working for us. He's working for us, working on us, and we might not even know it. You know what I mean? So, more of the story, be patient. Be patient. Appreciate what God has done for you in the past, even if it was a meal, even if it was one meal, even if it was, you know, Chipotle one day a month. That one day could turn to 2 days a month if that's, what you need. God's going to give you what you need, right? So, if Chipotle is your favorite restaurant and you had it one day last month, maybe God will bless you with two Chipotle meals next month. You know what I mean? And especially if you put the work in, you put the time, effort, and energy in, it's almost guaranteed. He gonna give it to you. You see what I'm saying? If you work 2 weeks, like I was saying, if you work 2 weeks, you get paid, and you delay gratification for 2 more weeks, your 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 money's doubled. Essentially, if you don't got no after obviously after bills are paid, but say your bills are paid for the month, and your next check is pretty much all, you can do what you want with it. Like, you could save it, you could just do what you want with it. If it's not play money, but people say play money, so I'll use that term. It's play money. um you delay gratification for 2 weeks, your money's doubled, your savings. I mean, I don't know what you're saving for. Some people, a lot of people save for, like I said, trips, vacation. Uh, Smart people save for emergencies. Um, but you know, I haven't had any like really emergencies in a long time. I don't have a family. I'm single, so you see what I'm saying? Like, emergency would be like if your kid breaks a leg and you need to pay for a cast or something like that. I thought I heard something, but that's an emergency. Yeah, so but yeah, God's timing versus our timing. I mean, I'm just, like I said, I didn't take notes. I'm just freestyling right now. But you know, it's a deep topic. It's a deep topic for real. Um, just trust God, be patient, wait on your blessing, because the blessings are gonna come. I mean, if He bless me, He'll bless you. He's still blessing me. Thank the Lord. But trying to think, did I touch everything I wanted to cover? Um, yeah, I think that's about it, man. 27 minutes, not bad. My videos are usually 20 minutes minimum. Usually. I think I have some shorter ones, but yeah, man, I'm trying to expand my channel though. Trying to expand my channel, get my arsenal up. Trying to get my arsenal up. I try to post when I can, you know what I mean, when the Lord's on my mind. But I be having trouble coming up with topics to speak on. So if you got any topics you want me to speak on, comment below. And yeah, just let me know or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I believe my Instagram's in the description on my channel. So yeah, man, just let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want me to talk about. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Majesty. I'm out. Peace.